On the Paper Talk today, we'll be looking at the multitude of Manchester United transfer rumours. It seems that United are being linked with anyone who's ever played for Ajax, or even if you've not played for Ajax, but you might have just watched them, then you're being linked with a move to Manchester United. It seems the Erik Ten Hag revolution could be underway in the summer. Also, Ralf Rangnick's got a bit of a dossier, and it's not a nice one, that he's going to show to Erik Ten Hag. Let's check it out. Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's actually a bit nippy. I've left my coat in my car. It's a schoolboy error. Should be here in my parker. Anyway, we'll get onto it. There's loads of stories to go through, and it seems that United are being linked with anyone who's ever even Googled Ajax, let alone played for them, because we're being linked with a whole host of players who are either at Ajax or have been at Ajax. There's also players that Erik Ten Hag has been recommended to get rid of. It seems Ralf Rangnick is telling him about the players that he doesn't really need anymore when he arrives at the club. So we'll get into all that as well. We'll start off with this so-called dossier of shame, is what it's been termed in the papers. It sounds like a rubbish Harry Potter movie, doesn't it? Harry Potter and the dossier of shame. Well, that's what they're calling it anyway. I think this is in the People, and it's been picked up, Sunday People and a couple of other papers. And it says that, and in the Metro as well, and it says that Ralf Rangnick has made a list, basically, of players that aren't good enough that he's going to tell to Erik Ten Hag. Because let's not forget, Ralf Rangnick is staying on as a consultant, and even if he isn't, he's got to do a little bit of a handover. Apparently on this list of players that aren't fit for purpose, it says Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bailly, Phil Jones, Victor Lindelof and Andy Martial are not at the required level. Those are the players that are being mentioned. It also goes on to say as well that Rangnick has told John Murtagh, who's the director of football. Is that right? I always get it wrong. He's the director of football. Darren Fletcher's the technical director. I think that's the right way around. I always get confused. Saying that players like Edinson Cavani at the end of their careers is short-sighted and a sticking plaster. We knew that anyway, didn't we? We know that, and I think that if you look at when we signed players like Odion Ighalo and Edinson Cavani, it has been very short-term. The Edinson Cavani one, it might have been okay if we kept him for one season, but having him for two this season, it's just been a complete waste of time and money. I mean, not that, these owners take enough money out of the club, don't they? I'm worried about that for them. But that could have been money we spent elsewhere on, a place in the squad we gave to someone else as well who maybe could have played a few games, because Edinson Cavani hasn't really done anything this season. I think he's got 2 goals he's got. So that doesn't surprise me that Ralf Rangnick's saying that. It doesn't surprise me that he's saying what he's saying about some of the players here as well. There's also stories that Rangnick is pretty unhappy with the attitude of some of the players. It's claimed that his players have blatantly ignored his instructions when he's given them a pattern of play to employ in certain games. Rangnick has also told Murtagh about as I mentioned there, the players that are not fit for purpose, it says here. There's another story doing the rounds about Paul Mitchell. This is a guy at Monaco. Now, we were speaking about this on the Brew the other day. Howson's been raving about him, about Paul Mitchell. He's a guy that sort of oversees things, and he goes into clubs and he can, he's the sort of guy that can spot certain players, and he's been very successful in some of the transfers that he's helped to broker. And he's been linked with a move to Manchester United. And it says, there's a connection with him and Ralf Rangnick. And it says here, I think this is in the Express, Paul Mitchell would love a serious role at Manchester United and has been endorsed by Ralf Rangnick, it's been claimed. The Monaco chief has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford. In the short time since it was announced Erik Ten Hag will be taking charge, and it's possible the former Tottenham and Southampton Suprema will be hired by the Red Devils as they look to win the Premier League title in the foreseeable future. I think this came from a tweet originally. I think it was Chris Winterburn who said it on Twitter as a journalist, and he said that Ralf Rangnick loves Paul Mitchell and he'd love to work with him. Paul Mitchell has been very sort of successful with transfers and stuff over the years. He's worked with securing the likes, it says here, Sadio Mane, Dele Alli, Christopher Nkunku. So he's had success in transfers over the years, at Southampton, at Spurs, elsewhere as well. Monaco have had a little bit of resurgence recently. They were struggling, but I think they've won quite a few games recently. So, yeah, he's done well. He likes Rangnick. Rangnick likes him. He's got a good reputation. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe there is room for him to come here. Maybe that would be a positive step as well for Manchester United as we try and move with the times, because we've not done it so far, have we? We've had these bankers making the decisions for us, and it hasn't worked out. Now it seems like we're putting in more football people who know what they're doing to oversee the football side of things, which is a nice idea, isn't it? It's just a shame we didn't do that when Sir Alex Ferguson retired. It's a shame we've more or less wasted 9 years of messing about with different managers without a proper structure and plan in place, as people like Ed Woodward, who haven't got a clue, oversee the football side of things despite having no football experience whatsoever. Anyway, United and De Jong. Says Barcelona set asking price for Frankie De Jong as Erik Ten Hag eyes a Manchester United reunion. Obviously, he played under Ten Hag when he was at Ajax, and he's been linked with a move to Manchester United. And it says here that he's available for around 58 million quid. This is in the Metro, and this has come from I'm going to try and pronounce this, but bear with me. El Chiringuito TV. Now, I don't know much about El Chiringuito TV other than I can't pronounce it, but they're saying that Erik Ten Hag has been linked with, Frankie De Jong has been linked with a move to Manchester United, and Barcelona have set a 58 million quid price tag. Now, this kind of makes sense. He's done okay at Barcelona, but there's been reports that they're not overly impressed with him since his move from Ajax there. And they're saying that the report says here teenagers Pedri and Gavi have impressed, while the 33-year-old Sergio Busquets remains a bedrock of the team despite his advancing years. There's also another story that was doing the rounds. I think this is from Fihages. I know even less about them than I know about Chiringuito TV. It says that Frankie De Jong has been linked with a move to United, and Alex Telles and Marcus Rashford could be used as a swap deal there. Don't know much about that one. Another transfer rumour as well doing the rounds over the weekend was Christian Eriksen. Now, Eriksen's been linked with Manchester United over the years. I don't know if it's going to happen now. I think he's about 30 in it, which, 30, we know he obviously had his issues during the World Cup. He's recovered from that, during the Euros, sorry. He's recovered from that, gone to Brentford and done very well. He's played 7 games for Brentford. He's got 2 assists and scored a goal. And what's even more impressive about those 7 games is they've lost 1 and won 5. Now, for Brentford, that's very impressive. And he's been instrumental in those wins. So I can understand why he's been linked with a move. But Manchester United, I'm not so sure. It does seem a bit more short-term. And also, I think if we're going to sign Christian Eriksen, it would have been a few years ago when we were linked with. Just one final transfer rumour as well. Ajax defender Jurrien Timber, pretty solid at the back. He's been linked with a move to Manchester United. This is the young centre-back. I think he's 20 years old. But he's been speaking, and he said recently, I'm good at Ajax. I can still learn a lot, especially if we continue to play in the Champions League. Well, he won't play in Champions League football here if he comes to Manchester United, really. But we'll keep an eye on that one and let you know if anything happens with him. I think he's got about 6 or 7 caps for Holland. Obviously, it's another one. Ajax. We've been linked with every player from Ajax, haven't we? Including Anthony. I've not mentioned him. That was one doing the rounds as well last week. So we'll keep you posted if any of that comes to fruition. Anything else as well. Any other news, any other updates, we will be going live and keeping all you good people in the know. And if you know anything, get involved in the comments and let us know. Let us know if you've heard any rumours or if you've seen Anthony or Frankie De Jong kicking around your local Sainsbury's. That's it from me. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. With your support, we can do it. We're back later on with the Paddock podcast. I've been Jay, outside Old Trafford. A little bit nippy. Thanks for watching.